Alright, this is Vijnanabhairava, verse 59, Dharana 36, English version. A yogi should cast his eyes in the empty space inside a jar or any other object, leaving aside the enclosing partitions. His mind will in an instant get absorbed in the empty space. When his mind is absorbed in that empty space, he should imagine that his mind is absorbed in a total void. He will then realize his identification with the Supreme. This is interesting in the sense that empty space can be anything. So an empty space can also be as well one's physical body. Physical body is when seen as an empty space, when a kind of tingling occurs or a sensation, any type, then there is an ability for us to journey to that very specific point. And that journeying can happen because of being in a cosmic body. So the smaller version of the cosmic body, micro body, then is within the totality. And from the point of the perception of such totality, thus one is free to choose to travel at a sensational point. And this is done also by free will possible to view the identification that is linked to the physical body by embodying that type of identification and view through the identification, let's say, a point of pain or a certain agitation. So this can be viewed non-judgmentally, which they say thoughtlessly, thus another word, in a thought-free way, and be be brought at ease. But even so, one level higher, one does not need to do anything to achieve something when then otherwise the profundity of the research and its investigation can be lost at the expense of providing ease. Thus, it is possible, if it's possible, the investigation continues until what needs to be understood as a result is understood, the knowledge of it, which is oftentimes an instant embodiment. There's thus a silent transmission. Thus, through that instant embodiment, and that is a receipt of it. But once the identification interferes, does that also as a result of certain impurity, then we can say we can talk about incapability of the then the concept of the practitioner arises, and otherwise there is neither practitioner nor a practice, but so long there is some sort of, as they use the term, I will also use ignorance, Then there is the term practitioner, and then you practice. Outside of that, there's only play, and that is a cosmic play. And so this is, I've explained it this way in my own simple words, but there's always it's today's way of telling it. It's today's way of looking. Like we always change, words change, and like a work of art is not because of its appearance or a type of a chosen genre or its beauty because it might sound or be viewed. And it's not a matter of like. It's no except. So that is learning what can be liked, what can be disliked. So that is no artwork. There is no common decision about art. So it does not fall in the category of learned beauty, perception of beauty. Absolutely not. So in that sense, art is without form, art is without material. There are no words that describes art. So art appears in time and space in some kind of possible form in silence, and one needs to embody it, to read it, or to receive its teaching. So any work of art is a piece of transmission of the code that has created it, that has created, it's not the word, that made it manifest. So it is it is the form of that code. Thus, it is not about the object. Never. Art is purely without object, but it appears so and interacts with the objective energetic medium and transforms it by transferring its sign through that medium. One receives is always a meeting of an art, is a type of a initiation on the receipt of the revelation of its code. One can see it this way. And that's through only experience, so it's a silent transmission. Right.